What's going on, you guys? I just want to do a very quick video and just say that everything that we are seeing right now, from the markets crashing, the wars, the divisions, and all the other unfortunate stuff happening in the world, it's all being done for a certain reason, and it's to summon the Antichrist. Some people are gonna be like, oh my god, here this guy goes again with this Antichrist talk. I did about 4 to 5 videos talking about the Antichrist and how the people who control the world are shifting everything specifically for the Antichrist to be summoned. So this is what this video is gonna be about. So hopefully this resonates with some of y'all. So let's get straight into it.
Heaven is actually hell, and his hell is actually heaven. He's reversing, he's turning upside down the understandings of religion, and yet the people are following him. Most of the hadiths that describe what the Antichrist in Islam looks like, it describes him as having one eye. And usually it's the fact that he's blind in the right eye and his left eye is functioning. Some narrations place the eye in the middle of the forehead, and it is also one of the other descriptions of the Dajjal that he has words, letters that are written in his forehead. And those who can read and those who cannot read are able to read what it says. And those letters, which together make the word kufr, disbelief, or kafir, disbelief. Other narrations describe the Antichrist as having red hair or as having extremely curly hair. And it seems also that he has an immense amount of power over women in particular. He has the ability to perform a lot of miracles. Most notably, the Antichrist has the ability to raise the dead. This will be a deception, though. Those narrations also prove that believing in somebody based on miracles alone is not a valid way of telling, or else everybody would have been right in following the Antichrist, because he is going to come and perform great miracles. And his powers don't just stop there. The narrations state that he'll supplicate to God that it rains, and the sky will bring down its rain, and the earth will bring forward its fruit at his command. There's also narrations that state that he'll pass through certain areas and he'll call the people to worship him or to follow him and support him, and the people of that town will refuse. And then a drought will hit them, a plague will hit them. It's always appearing as if he has absolute divine enforcement. So they're expecting a supernatural being to come, and that is traveling basically, even in some narrations, with a mountain of bread and a mountain of fire. Or he travels with heaven and he travels with hell. And the Muslims are warned that if they come across this Antichrist and he invites you to go into his heaven, don't go into it.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Everyone knows this. There's global elites, there's secret societies, and there's people who control everything. And I mean everything. Kind of like that Mad Max movie with the people who control the water. Like, I know the movie, the water is just water, but to me that water represents power. And there's a certain group who controls that power. Before the Antichrist can be summoned, the world has to be at a certain state. A state of chaos, a state of division. And isn't that what you guys are seeing right now with everything going on?
Good one.
So who's really in control? Like, for real, who controls the world? It's not the presidents, it's not kings, it's not the countries, but it's the people behind the scenes.
Come behind the scenes.
Such as Freemasons, the World Economic Forum, and the Zionists who are committing genocide right now as we speak. It's still crazy how we are still seeing Palestinians being killed.
Do not worry, folks. The job is almost done. Gaza will be beautiful. Believe me, just watch.
So they make decisions that affect our entire lives, and not just in America, but on a global scale. And the thing is, we didn't even vote for them. For them just to have power just because they inherited it is freaking
crazy.
Their goal is very clear: to bring in a new world order.
They create chaos, and they create control.
Over the world headquarters in Switzerland of the World Masonic Headquarters for World Freemasonry, over the door is Ordo ab Chao, which is Latin for order out of chaos. And all Freemasons know that term, Ordo ab Chao. Order out of chaos. The concept is to create chaos, to create the problems. Then while the people are frightened to death of all the crime and everything that seems to be out of control, a riotous situation, the government then moves in with justification. In order to put down this terrible chaos, they must have full power of the military, full obedience of the people, to give the government full power to do whatever they want. That's why we're having all over the world wars, riots, bloodshed, famines, all kinds of things happening around the world. It's being manipulated. It's being orchestrated, not just for Los Angeles.
Conflict control.
Conflict control.
There's been more wars since the creation of the United Nations.
One world, one system, one ruler. And guess who that ruler is supposed to be?
The Antichrist.
That's right, the Antichrist. And a lot of people are talking about martial law going to happen on April 20th.
Well, there are rumblings all over the media now that on April 20th, Trump will declare martial law, which effectively means the military takes over for the police. Free speech becomes illegal. Protests become illegal. You have to have the permission of the military to do anything. And worse than that, the commander-in-chief, Trump, can do basically anything he wants. Literally.
A lot of people are always throwing numbers. People are always going to say the world's going to end this day. This is going to happen this day. We never really know, but there are a lot of speculations this month about martial law being spread out. And it's going to be crazy if it happens. And I'm going to talk about that a little later, but let's talk about something else. Many people believe that certain false religious texts like the Talmud, not the Torah, not the Old Testament, but the Talmud.
Talmud is, after the Hebrew Bible, the central text of rabbinic Judaism and the primary source of Jewish religious law and Jewish theology. We have gathered a few rules from the book that Jews are taught to follow. Keep in mind, the word goyim in Hebrew means a non-Jew in English. Sophorim 15. Even the best of goyim should all be killed. Yebamoth 98a. All children of goyim are animals. Baba Meziah 114b. Gentiles goys are not humans. They are beasts. Gashaz 2. A Jew may violate but not marry a non-Jew girl. Sanderin 54b. A Jew may have sex with a child as long as the child is less than 9 years old. Tospot Jebamoth 84b. If you eat with a goy is the same as eating with a dog. Baba Meziah 24a. If a Jew finds an object lost by a goy, it does not have to be returned.
Yeah, they do say it makes you crazy.
What is the Talmud?
Talmud is the analysis of Jewish law and the science of deriving its laws from the verses and expounding upon them in application to the appropriate context based on the logical conclusions of the Talmudic premises.
Thank you very much for giving me these delicious walnuts. I like them very much. You are a nice person. I will be sure to come back tomorrow to get some more walnuts. You are my favorite person in the neighborhood.
That's pretty good. What benefits can a person gain from studying the Talmud?
First and foremost, it binds your mind with the infinite wisdom of the Creator. So that's the most important thing a human being can do. And equally important is the training your mind to think according to those principles, to apply the laws and according to your own journey of life on a regular basis, and both legal, Jewish legal elements and ethical as well.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
They believe that chaos must happen, that a lot of bloodshed has to be freaking spilled all over the place, and that's when their leader will come. That's the same setup used to describe the Antichrist in the Bible and even in the hadiths of Islam. A lot of people who don't know what hadiths are, it's not the Quran, but it's the teachings of our Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Like a lot of things that he predicted that are pretty accurate. So yeah, just in case you guys didn't know what hadiths were.
You're Muslim?
Ibamoth 98A talks about the nations being under their control and how destruction of non-believers is part of their plan. It's not about peace. It's not about like domination through destruction. They believe the world has to collapse, like absolutely collapse, so they can rebuild, you know, their false temple, the third temple that they're going to use to summon the Antichrist. And they would have to like sacrifice a red heifer, not just any red heifer, but the red heifer has to like meet certain requirements. And that's why a lot of people believe with everything that's going on in Palestine right now, with all the Palestinians being taken away, getting killed and all that is happening so they can build their third temple, so they won't have any resistance. They won't have people fight them to prevent them to summon the Antichrist. So a lot of this might be capped to people, and you know, this might be the first time people hear about this, but this is what, you know, we believe as Muslims, and I believe Christians also believe this too. The next segment's about how they have to shut down the whole world, again, to summon their Antichrist.
Initiating lockdown sequence.
So how do they make this happen? They cause wars, they crash economies, they divide people by race, religion, and gender, and you know, that's a lot that we are seeing right now. And now they're setting up the next phase, and a lot of people are like, what's the next phase, bro? And it's martial law. Like, that's the first thing that has to happen before the Antichrist can like have a nice smooth transition. They want to bring a system where we have no rights, no free speech, and just military men in the streets. And as you guys can see, people in America can burn the American flag. They can say crazy shit about America and all of that, and it's fine, you feel me? But as soon as you go against another religion or another nation such as Israel, you can get deported, even if you have like a green card and you're valid to stay here. So that's just showing you guys that America is not in control of America anymore. It's a foreign nation in control now. Well, they always been in control, but now they're showing their true colors in front of everybody.
I'm colorblind. Driver!
A lot of people believe that Trump is the chosen one to speed up this collapse in order to like summon the Antichrist for this nation who is truly controlling the whole world as we speak, and it's crazy.